Dude, I used to hit that shit.
Oh, so you're a fair guy.
And tag Taylor in it. And make sure to change the bio.
Stop it.
Stop
Bijan's.
The reason you know who I am is because I fucking suck at this shit.
Welcome back to another episode of the Will Be Seein pod. Lauren's back on the seats. Chelly is still at a bookie convention in Canada. And we've got the Red River Rivalry this weekend.
We do. We're going to that game. It's going to be electric.
We are going to that
Where
game.
is the game played?
So it's in Dallas. It's at the Cotton Bowl, and it's in the middle of the Texas State Fair, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
How far of a drive from here?
Probably a good 45 minutes. But it's absolutely crazy. Like, you will never see so many people in your life. Because, I mean, again, you have, like, the game. You're going to have 100,000 plus there. And then you're probably going to have, 20-something thousand just at the State Fair, too. So we're definitely going to have to get there early. Yeah. There's a lot of people.
And what's going to happen?
I mean...
you're in the crew neck. What's going to happen?
Yeah, so it's obviously my favorite weekend of the year. I think it's going to be an absolute murder scene, though. I really do. But there's just nothing like it. I mean, again, it's two teams that genuinely hate each other, and it's two fan bases that genuinely hate each other. So it's literally war, and I'm just glad you guys will get to experience it. There's nothing like it.
Will there be points?
I know one team's going to score for sure.
Damn it.
Oklahoma, I would love to see them at least score once this year. I know last year dropped a little goose egg.
What was the score? 50?
49-0. 49-0, baby.
Didn't they drop a goose egg on us, too?
Yeah.
Or am I tripping?
Yeah.
Did they? They never scored once?
I don't think they did.
I thought they did score.
Maybe a field goal.
They might have.
I think it was
maybe a field goal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know you dropped 50.
Yeah,
because it was like a big thing that we shut them out, and y'all played them before we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be an absolute movie, and yeah, I hope you're wearing orange that day, because yeah.
What do we think of the spread?
So the Texas line is growing. It's going their way. I think it's at -6.5 now. I saw it as low as 5, as it should be. I mean, I understand that, like, a lot of people were bringing it up to me, like, hey, Lauren, like, why is it so close? Texas is number 3. This game, like, the spread's normally always close. Like, Texas could be winless right now, and OU could be undefeated, and it would still be like a 9.5 spread. It's always close. So both teams undefeated. It doesn't surprise me.
I think it opened at 4.5. Josh, can I get a check?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was at 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
so that's
2
like
days ago.
2 whole points.
That's 2 points.
Concerned because I feel like a lot of the public is hopping on the Texas wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's just gonna be a very public square play. That's my only concern. Still riding with it.
Here comes Trent.
Still riding.
I would love to see, like, the...
I just showed her a TikTok of these, like, 3 absolute
that
squares.
TikTok was nuts.
Yeah, that was.
Just because he said play of the year.
Yeah.
Game of the year.
I would like to see, like, the bet percentage and, like, the handle, just because people are really high on OU too. Both teams are undefeated, so I don't know. We'll see. Because it is a rivalry game, and normally, like, I don't blame people for wanting to take the underdog in that, because normally it is pretty close.
What's your response to when someone says that Texas has played 4 straight games against shit quarterbacks?
Well, I would tell them, I mean, I know a lot of people are talking about Kansas, and it's like, okay, we beat them, 14 to, like, 40, I believe. And it's like, well, was Jalen Daniels playing safety that day too? Like, we're still dropping these points, and our defense is really good. It would make it a little bit closer, maybe 24, 28, 40. Okay, you can have that. But at the end of the day, we're handling business, and it's not our fault that the starting quarterbacks aren't coming out.
Has OU played anyone relevant?
No. Literally, no. Cincinnati, OU, I watched that game. Cincinnati had so many chances to win that game, but they would just shoot themselves in the foot in the red zone every single time. I've never seen anything like it, but it's going to be a good test. We'll see how good OU actually is.
I hope it's a shootout with a Texas win. I just would love to watch Dylan Gabriel and Quinn Ewers trade blows. I just feel like that would just be so exciting to watch, but I feel like Texas might run away with it. I just feel like their second half team, it feels like every time I check the box score, because I haven't been able to watch a Texas game yet, it's like 14-8. Texas is up, and then you check the final score, and it's like 50-8. It's like, wow.
Yeah, they've been starting super slow, but I will say what makes me excited to play this OU team is, even though they haven't really played anyone, they can't run the football. So you shut down Dylan Gabriel, I think we're going to have an absolute field day. But for us, we have a running back that's averaging 7 yards per carry. Of course, Quinn has every weapon he ever needs. I don't know.
And you stepped in the film room for the Bama game and kind of had
did.
it spot on. Have you stepped in the film room for this game?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's our game to lose or win. I really do believe that. Again, they can't run. Can you shut down Dylan Gabriel? Can the secondary handle business? If they can handle business, that's our game.
Is that wide receiver hurt?
Jatavian Sand, I don't know if he's going to come back. I don't really know what happened to him.
Okay.
Also, I got the splits pulled up for that game. Texas has 73% of the bets and 78% of the handle.
Okay, so that line movement is.
I feel like that's
then.
expected, though.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say the only guy that I'm excited to watch on the other side of the ball is the wide receiver. I think his name is Angel Anthony. He's a transfer from Michigan. He's just super cool.
Oh, you?
Yeah,
he's a dog.
His Instagram presence is something I enjoy. I don't know.
Cannot have me mod the Cotton Bowl.
No, please keep her away.
Bowl?
It's a Cotton Bowl.
It's a Cotton Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you do at the fair?
So, like, again, it's the Texas State Fair, so it's, like, really, like, one of the biggest, it might be the biggest state fair in the country. But a lot of people go because there's, like, all kind of different foods, like fried Oreos. Like,
Have you ever had a fried Oreo?
I have. It's really good.
I've never had one.
It's really good, but I'm not a fan. I don't like big crowds like that in the first place. I wish the game was played at AT&T Stadium. I really don't know why it's not, but I know they like to keep the tradition of playing.
Why haven't they just gone there?
I don't know, because normally I think we're going to get lucky this weekend. I think it's supposed to be the high 70, which is a blessing. But last year when I went, I think it was like 90. And it's just normally hot this time of the year. So I'm like, why can't we just move this inside? You know?
Yeah.
But I do think you can fit more people in the Cotton Bowl because it's just bleacher seating. And that could be another reason.
I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to take part in the fair part of it.
No.
I'm not a big fair guy,
I'm not either.
but it'll be cool to
not a fair guy.
No, if you like, if it's overwhelming. Wait, are you a fair guy? Is that what you're trying to say?
How are you not a fair
Do
guy?
I come off as like a massive fair guy that I just want to like travel the country ripping fairs?
I just don't see what you got against fairs.
I don't have anything against them. It's just like nothing. It's not something where if we got together and everyone was like, yo, you want to rip the fair this weekend? I'd be like, dude, I'm down to like throw darts at a balloon and get like a fried Oreo.
Dude, everything is just such a long line too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you understand the Texas State. Like, it's.
No.
Have you been there?
No.
Okay.
There's a fair in California, but I'm sure it's nothing.
You
like
hit
this
it?
one. Dude, I used to hit that shit.
Oh, so you're a
summer.
fair guy.
Every
It's
summer
okay.
we'd
You
hit
can
that.
say you're a fair guy. That's fine. You can be a fair guy. So you're like a little boy excited about the fair. You don't even care about the game.
Like, it's at the fair.
You just want to get your feet wet with another fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it does kind of sting. Like, you have to go in the fair to get like the stadium's in the fair.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
junk.
why are we doing
I'm
that?
having a hard time like wrapping my head around the game and the fair.
I
It's-
don't think I'm gonna like the fair being.
It's like,
a
guys,
part
like,
of
you
the
don't
game.
understand. Like, there's so many people there. Like, we're gonna have to get there so early.
Fuck. And it's
Thanks.
11 o'clock.
11
game.
a.m.
Yeah, why do they do that?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, just scoot it back. It should be a night game in the first place. So
I'll
I
say,
really
The
don't know.
traditions of the Red River Rivalry suck. Why is it in a fairground? Why is it at 11 a.m.? Like, why? Who made these decisions back then?
I don't know. But they renovated that stadium literally just for this game. Like, that's the only reason why this stadium is like around still. And I'm like, dude, we're fine moving it to Arlington. Just move it to Arlington.
Some committee back in the day was like, we got 2 good programs. Put them at the ass crack of dawn. Put them in the fairground. And we let them go at it.
I love that idea.
Some
God
guy
damn
stood up
it.
and he was like, I fucking love that idea.
Dude, and if we weren't going to this game, I would wish we would be going to Washington, Oregon.
That's next week.
Is that
Yeah,
next
next
week?
weekend, yep.
Oh, fuck. Might be.
Yeah, so you be thankful we're going to this
Yeah,
game.
no, we're going.
You shut that mouth. But there is a game also this week. I think we wanted to do a quick pulse check on
Oh, yeah.
Josh. LSU's playing Missouri. To LSU coming off a big loss.
Fuck
Missouri
LSU,
officially
man.
maybe getting their respect.
What's the spread?
What are
I
your
don't
thoughts?
even know if they're getting their respects yet. I mean, they're still 6.5 point dogs at home. I mean, I was talking a day before the game or before the line came out, and I was saying if it's between 6.5 and 5.5, I think that we win that game. Because I think that the general public's going to look at that and think LSU's in a bounce back spot against a Mizzou team who hasn't been good in past years. And I think we're going to shock the world at home.
Ooh.
Shock the
Shock
world.
the
Shock
world.
the world.
Did they
Luther Burden's going to shock
Did they
the
beat,
world.
When that
Kansas State.
Yeah,
was like-
Kansas
oh,
State.
Kansas State.
Yep.
That was
a
the
good
only.
win.
That was about the only like good team we've played so far, though.
I don't want this to come off rude, but if you guys win, that's a game where people go, "Oh, Missouri beat LSU." I don't know if that's a shock the world.
Oh, that's
Georgia shocker.
that's shocking the world.
That's not. Tell me you're looking at the box
No,
score.
Dude,
People
as a
are
Mizzou,
so-
people don't understand.
Whoa.
People don't understand as a Mizzou fan, like any win like that is
That's
shocking
huge.
the world.
Yeah.
Like we stink. Or
This
we
is
have
the
stunk.
most low I've heard people be on LSU. Even myself. Normally you're like, holy LSU, but that
Yeah.
defense this year,
Dog me.
I'm low on LSU.
Well, yeah, we're low.
Low.
yeah, it's not great.
Can I
House
get-
is low.
And LSU's very public. It's about the same splits as Texas, and the line's
Yeah.
gone down. It opened at 6.5, and I see a bunch of places at 6 now.
Can I get Nick's pulse check as well? We've got up to Mizzou bots.
Mizzou bot.
Yeah, I mean, Luther Burden on Heisman watch right now as the number one
Yeah,
wide
that's
receiver
enough.
in the
All right.
country stat-wise.
No, I'm
So,
just
no, I mean, I don't – honestly, like, I think it'll be a competitive game, right? I don't know necessarily that you go into it expecting to win. I think you expect to probably lose that one when you're circling it on the schedule. But I couldn't point to 5 wins on Mizzou's schedule before the season started, and they're 5-0. So
Wow.
I think it's they've definitely outdone what I was expecting. Brady Cook, I'll wear that one for saying he's a shit quarterback. He is not a shit quarterback, and he's rubbing it in every hater's face, including my own right
He
now.
is.
So
Has he
I
thrown a
appreciate
pick
that.
yet?
No.
I'm still waiting.
It's coming
on that.
against LSU.
No, he broke the SEC record last week for most completions without a pick.
Well, good for him.
Wow.
Like a Missouri.
Yeah, people forget that I said Brady Cook plays like Deshaun Watson, and he's proven it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Speaking
right.
of Watson, we can talk about NFL in a minute, but it's actually low-key kind of huge. He has a bye this week.
Huge.
Huge.
You get the shoulder healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the shoulder healthy.
Like couldn't have come in.
Get
That's
DTR
probably why.
out of there.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably why though that they didn't play him going into the bye week.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
For sure.
How are his projections looking? Is he still on pace?
I haven't looked. Probably
Okay.
not.
I have no
though.
idea even how to
He-
check.
he's gonna
projections. I don't know
need-
where you get those from, by the way. When you're like, we're 200 yards off that, like I have no idea where
It's
you
on.
even
Yeah, it's
find
on
that.
ESPN.
Yeah, it's ESPN
Oh,
app.
they project it.
Type in his name,
Mhm.
scroll down a bit, and it says projected.
Oh, they
Yep.
project it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's fine.
Fields is looking great.
He is.
Um,
Yeah, last
can't
week
wait.
was huge
Can't
for
wait
you.
to watch him on Thursday tomorrow. Or Thursday.
Tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
We'll get to that game in a second. But speaking of projections, a projected number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, came out this week and said that because of NIL, he's making enough money
Mm-hmm.
where he feels like there's no rush to go into the draft process, and he feels as though because of the money he's making through NIL, he can pick what team he wants to go to. So he feels no pressure.
I freaking love that. Like when I saw that, I was like, good for him. Like there are so many teams that literally are quarterback killers.
Mm.
Sorry, Josh. Bears might be one of them.
Well, that's
you know.
I would say if there's one team that's a quarterback killer, it's definitely us. Like, for
And the
sure.
Browns.
And the Browns. Yeah, but they got Deshaun now, so we'll see if he can be good. But
So
definitely. us.
how do you go about that?
Well, it's like if you remember what Eli Manning did,
I can't say I
except
do.
you just make it Caleb Williams. Eli Manning got drafted by, I forget which team, and he was like, I'm not playing
The
for you.
Chargers, I believe.
The Chargers. And he was like, I'm not playing for you. And that's why they got Phillip Rivers. And that's why
Did
they
you
got the
know,
Giants.
fun fact, I believe Bo Jackson actually did that too. Like he said, I'm only going to play for these teams. And then he got drafted. I don't remember who drafted him, but he was like, all right, fine. And that's when he went and played baseball. He was like, I'm not playing for you.
What?
Yeah. My dad was telling me, I think it was Bo Jackson. But yeah, I was like, good for him.
So Bears draft him,
Mhm.
and he can be like, I'm not showing up.
No.
He would have to sit out an entire season. That's
Yeah.
the rule. So like he wouldn't be able to play his rookie season, and then he could sign with a team in his second year.
Mm-hmm.
But he feels like because he's making so much money in the NIL, there's no pressure to jump on whoever drafts him.
I freaking love that. I respect that so much.
I don't know if I like that or not.
I kind of like it. I feel like it gives, especially if you're a guy like Caleb Williams, where you've had this expectation on you since you started at Oklahoma, where you're going to be a league changer for the NFL. You don't want to get put in a spot where you immediately get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of like having like everyone on the same playing field. You know, it's just like that's the situation you fall into, and you kind of figure it out.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think there's two sides of the coin, right? I think there's a side of a coin where he goes, I don't want to ruin my reputation. I don't feel like getting murdered on a bad team.
Mhm.
Kind of like you're seeing Bryce Young, not that they're really comparable in terms of expectation and talent level, but dude, that kid's getting fucking destroyed every game for the
He is.
Panthers.
Yeah.
To the point where like he might not even be able to come out in a year's time and even look good. Whereas like Caleb Williams, if he's looking at that, being like, dude, I'm not.
Hey, people forget when Andy Dalton played, he put up 340 passing yards.
He did.
People forget. How come Andy can do it?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
TCU
that's my Bryce
alum?
Young hate for the day.
Dude, he's goated. He's a big supporter of TCU. I've seen him around campus a few times.
And I also feel like the other side of the coin is it opens a door for, let's say, Jordan Travis or Quinn Ewers to be like, I don't give a fuck, I'll go wherever. And then if they ball out, Caleb Williams might look like an idiot. You know? So
Please don't let Quinn go to the Bears.
I feel like it gives that opportunity though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Where like Caleb Williams, like you could look like an idiot
Sure.
because you didn't go to that situation, and then let's say you pick your situation and you look like an idiot. And
Probably
then
be like
this
Drake
kid's
May.
balling.
I think.
Drake.
I
That'd be
feel
weird.
I feel like this is going to change the dynamic of like future situations. Like this will
100%.
become the norm now.
It might, yeah. But I don't think a lot of guys are going to have the control that Caleb Williams
Yeah,
has.
I agree.
Sure.
Yeah, like if you're mid pack, it's like you're going where you.
Yeah.
You get
Like
the-
even
might
if Jordan
start
Travis
giving-
was like, I'm going to pick my team, the NFL would be like,
No, you're not.
Shut up. You're a Raider. Like, shut the hell up.
you're going to Las Vegas. You don't have a choice. But no, I think you're right. I think it might change the plane a little bit, but I don't think it's going to change the plane to the point where like fucking an Aiden Hutchinson of like a draft 2 years ago could be
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're going to Detroit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like quarterback is a little bit like of a unique situation
Yeah.
too, especially like the power he has. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of been the it guy his whole career.
Yeah, he's
it feels
it.
like.
Dude, I feel like the college like star quarterbacks have soared over their passing yards every week. Like I've been taking all I do is go and click Caleb, fucking Jalen Daniels, Dart,
Say his name.
Quinn Ewers, Penix, all green, bro. That's all I've been doing.
That's smart.
I haven't even been in the lab. I'm just like, oh, big name, big name, big name, big name.
I feel like that's what you do for every sport.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if
missed
that's just
something
a
here?
college deal.
How do you pick your super goats?
Isn't that just the super goats?
He right.
Mookie Betts, Freddie
Acuna
Freeman.
Mookie.
He right.
No, but I think because they just rip the ball in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's not much of a. I feel like the disparity of secondaries from the NFL to college is so different when Michael Penix is playing like a Washington State versus like if Pat Mahomes is playing the Titans. You know what I mean? Like the secondary is so much better that like you can't do that in the NFL, but in college you can be like, yeah, he'll throw 500 yards.
Yeah.
Because they don't take the foot off the pedal in college too.
They don't.
No, they don't. Unless they're up by literally 50, which has happened a few times to those goats. Like with Penix. Penix literally played 2 quarters through 335 yards. I need like 360. In 2
Animal.
quarters.
He's an animal.
Wow.
He's a
Which
dog.
will not be happening in the Thursday night matchup between the Bears and the Commanders.
Dude, wait.
Short.
I'm in a fantasy predicament.
Oh.
I'm playing Chetty freezer tarps this week. I'm 4-0. Perfect record
By the way,
so far.
such a lucky
Oh,
4-0.
it's the luckiest
You're not
4-0.
even like top
No,
4 points.
No, I've squeaked by every
A
week.
fraudulent 4-0.
Fraudulent
No, last
4-0.
week when we played, I was like, these guys are having career. Like Madison had like 25 fantasy
Yeah.
points. I was like, this is just the most true
I
thing I've ever
survived the
had.
50-point fucking Mostert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna win this, and then Trent's just
Yeah.
freaking.
And Herbert's on a bye, and so I don't have a backup quarterback, and so I had to pick up fucking Zach Wilson and Sam Howell, and those and Dobbs. Those are my 3 options.
Sam Howell's not bad. Bears.
Yeah,
Who do the Cardinals play?
Cardinals play the Bengals, who are
Yeah, the
ratchet.
Bengals.
Honestly, Josh Dobbs has kind of been
Hall of Fame.
that guy.
Hall
He
of Fame
has
Josh
been
Dobbs.
There's a conversation to be had, but why aren't you taking Zach Wilson this week?
The Jets are my Sunday best bet.
Of course they are.
I think the narrative is there. Nathaniel Hackett's going back to Denver
Mm-hmm.
after Sean Payton was literally shit on him and then came out and looked like dog shit. So it definitely wasn't Nathaniel Hackett's fault. But like, it's Zach Wilson. I told you last time that Zach Wilson loves to just give you enough hope where you're like, oh, we have to start him. And then like he comes out against Denver, a team where you're like, dude, he should fucking like take his balls out.
He should
and
bust.
Yeah.
throws like 3 picks.
I will say that I was so proud of him against the Chiefs. He played a hell of a game. Hell of a game.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I was proud of him too. He
I
looked
felt like a father.
Yeah, but I feel like that was like a big growing weekend for him. Like the team, I feel like they were like, all right, like let's get behind him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's gonna find that dog in him.
The only thing that concerns me about him this week is that he's going to Denver, which is a tough place to play. This is probably his first game in Denver, right?
The hardest place for him to play is his own home stadium. So I don't think it gets harder for him.
True.
Yeah.
If he goes somewhere else. I will say, if he ends up being like a super good quarterback, the amount of shit he's taken for 2 years, I don't think any away stadium will ever rattle that kid.
Yeah, you're not
That's
wrong.
fair. Yeah.
His second start this year, he was walking out of the tunnel, and some Jets fan was like, "These tickets aren't cheap, Zach."
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, that's your own fans,
Yeah.
dude. Like, just shitting on you. No, but I think, it's a safe start. It's a safe start, but just beware.
They got to win that game. They got to win that game.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
That is a toss-up, though, because I would really be looking at Sam Howell, too.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Howell's him. I just hate having a Thursday night game. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because then you're just looking at that for 4 days, waiting till Sunday and praying that someone else comes through.
And you're looking at games that normally go under, too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
how much production, really, but we'll see.
And then I already need a Fields masterclass, so I'm going to
Yeah.
be rooting
That's
for
going
the
to be
over.
tricky.
And
Yeah.
Thursday night games literally are always fucking 16 to 9.
Junk.
Every time.
Junk.
But let's talk about this Thursday night game. I think it's also going to be junk. Sorry, Josh.
I don't know why I'm so excited for it. I mean, Fields, obviously, I need a legacy game out of him, but
Yeah.
I haven't watched a Fields masterclass yet because I've been driving fucking Sundays, and I was in Hawaii for the Chiefs Slaughterfest. That was the only Bears game I've watched so far, and I think Fields completed 5 passes in that game. So I'm excited for Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, I really have nothing to say about the game. I just feel like whoever is picking these primetime games, we were told that they'd be able to flex primetime games. Like, did they just pick these games with their eyes closed?
Yeah.
Like, why did the Giants have 4 primetime games? Why would you ever, based on last year, be like, Bears Commanders could be a good Thursday night game?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is picking
It's
these
sickening.
games?
It's sickening. I'm like, prime time?
Like,
prime
actually,
time.
though.
Let's just change the name of prime time.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not prime
actually,
time.
though, whoever's idea was it to fucking put the Giants on primetime 7 times is an idiot.
Should lose their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having intern at the NFL, like, they think about everything.
Yeah, they do.
So who the fuck was like, dude, hear me out. Justin Fields, Sam Howell could be a fucking
Dude,
shootout.
I totally forgot. You're so right. We both interned at the NFL Network. That's how we met each other. But I can't even imagine what that office is like. Cut to Taylor right now. Fucking clip this clip right now and put it up. And tag Taylor in it. And make sure to change the bio.
Literally though.
That's exactly what's going on in the office. I'm telling you.
It might be our boy, by the way.
For
He
sure.
runs the socials.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he was probably in charge of changing the bios.
Probably. He probably changed the bio.
No, like there was a department that actually ran the NFL Instagram account. What were you? Was that your department? No. What were you?
I cut tape for
For
Total Access?
Yeah, Total Access. So when you're watching NFL Network and it like
Okay.
shows the players at practice and shit, like
Yeah.
he's cutting that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know
Yeah.
you worked there. Okay.
But then there was another department where the other interns were at that actually ran the Instagram account. So they're definitely the ones that changed that shit.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
for sure.
Yeah.
A couple of the girls we worked with are on the social team now.
Yeah.
I was for sure a gal pal. The girl did for sure.
You know, they're in the
For
meeting
sure.
like, do we change it for Taylor? And
Like,
they were like,
Yeah. They're 2-0 as Swifties. Change that shit.
yeah, but no, I mean, this Thursday night game is going to be junk. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I had to take a side, I'd probably take the Bears just because I like the Bears.
Okay.
In terms of, I'd rather root for Justin Fields than Sam Howell.
Mm-hmm.
For prop, I got nothing.
Oh, Bears ML. I'm nuking it, Josh. I'm nuking it. They are winning their first game.
I've seen a bunch of stuff too that if they lose this game, they're firing their head coach. So maybe there's some pressure on.
It might be time.
It could either be Justin Fields goes out there to intentionally lose a game to get him fired, or the team gets up and plays for him.
Fields
think it's
has
the latter half.
Fields has way too much heart to go out.
Yeah,
and
No, yeah, he's
Um,
not. No. I agree. But
intentionally lose.
But I was looking at this game, and I know it probably won't hit, but like I was like, the over does have a chance. Like the two defenses aren't great. They can score.
And Sam Howell is fucking him.
He is him.
I might have
And
to start him.
Justin Fields, like, again, he popped off last week, and I'm like, I think he could continue that, really.
Dude,
So 44 and a half.
how many
would love to
fantasy
ride that
points did Howell have last week against that when we were sweating that
Eagles,
Eagles
yeah.
game? He must have had.
Dude, just move
All I know is
on.
the Eagles gave me like 4 fantasy points.
You were losing that matchup.
What?
with either quarterback.
Yeah.
He has Christian McCaffrey.
That's it, though.
Oh yeah.
That's it, though. Like,
thought he had
has,
Justin-
he
no, he
has
didn't have
Samaje P. Ryan in his lineup. I've got a chance.
Samaje Perine might get like 4 carries.
Maybe.
Their backup running back this week against the Bears played out of his mind. So that kid's going to get minimum 15 carries this week. Because Javonte Williams is out.
No, I would love to take that over.
Sam Howell.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that would be a
Like,
fun
there's a
over.
chance. Like, we could actually have like maybe a decent scoring primetime game.
Dude, I might have to start him. He had 15, 21, and then when he played Buffalo, he had literally 1 point because they got spanked. And then 20 against Philly.
What are Zach's numbers?
Zach, he's projected 17,
Wow.
which is higher.
That's
than
Wow,
Howell.
no, that's
That
pretty
is-
good.
That is high.
That tells you that defense is dog meat in Colorado.
Wait, what was Sam Howell projected? Did you say?
16.3, a point less. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it would be an easy decision for me if Wilson did.
I would start Wilson because Nathaniel Hackett's going to take the cuffs off. He's going to want to, like, butt fuck.
And I feel like Zach is ready to
Yeah, it might be time.
launch.
That game you get up for, too, because you know he's going to let Hackett speak to the locker room before the game.
Oh yeah.
To the defense or the offense, it's going to be like, this guy was talking shit about our guy.
Mm-hmm.
So go out there and, like, literally beat the shit out of
Yeah,
him.
and I feel like this is Zach Wilson's chance. Like, I mean, obviously he was under a lot of pressure on prime time. T Swift in the building, at home, against the Chiefs, and he put his meat on the table and came out and performed.
He did.
But here could be unhinged Zach Wilson.
Unhinged. Dude,
We
we're
gotta-
back. The Jets are all the way back.
You got a day game.
Unhinged.
You're in Colorado.
Yeah.
Defense sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Just go out and make plays.
No, I need to see a cut to the sideline, like freaking Zach Wilson doing that Drew Lock rapping. That's what I need to see.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
need to
I don't
see.
know if he knows any rap songs. He just reeks of a guy that just could not be less tapped on anything like outside of football.
I'm gonna have
That's
to.
fair.
I'm
That
gonna
is
have
fair.
to.
I would just love one where he's like, "I'm him,
Yeah.
I'm him,"
Yeah.
but he won't.
No.
He won't. But yeah, I mean, I guess bleeding into that, we do have another Sunday of football. I guess we could go around to our quickly best bets, like your best side, your best prop. I guess to reverse quickly to Thursday night, I'll take the Bears in the over with Lauren. Not the
Okay.
Bears, but the over.
Yep.
I got nothing on the prop. I don't even want to touch props in that
Yeah,
game.
I don't have a prop for this.
That
one.
game is foul.
I'm nuking Bears. Is this spread 3?
5.5.
I think it's 5.5.
5.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
It opened at 7, I believe.
Who?
Or 6.5.
Okay, well that's good.
The Commanders are favored.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's trickling on down.
Yeah. No,
What the fuck?
I want.
That's weird.
I
I
want
mean,
Bears.
dude, we were just 3.5 point dogs at home to a team that gave up 70 the week before.
Yeah, I mean, they might get rat fucked. I don't know if I want to be on the Bears.
No.
All right, whatever. But Bears?
Bears and Fields pass yards.
Okay. That's
Okay.
classic.
Is DJ Moore gonna catch 5 balls? Seems like a lot.
That does seem like a lot. I mean, I would just take his yards over his receptions because he's been getting his yards without his receptions.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool's also probably not going to play because he already requested a trade.
Oh, no, he's done. I mean, I don't think that was even like his request. I think it was more the GM was like, you're not playing for us anymore. You don't try. You stink. And you would think that this dude's trying. It's in a contract year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally has to get paid after this year. Not a single team's going to pay him.
Nah, he's
Makes
junk.
no sense.
Classic
Right.
Notre Dame wide receiver, man.
All right. So I want Bears and Fields pass yards. I'm shocked you're not taking his rush yards. Seems like right up your alley.
I'll take Fields' rush yards. I'll go prop Fields' rush yards.
I might take Fields pass yards. That feels good.
It does.
That feels good.
It does.
Unleash.
He's throwing 200.
Unleash.
Okay.
200.
Easy.
200.
Yeah.
Easy. All right.
He's on pace right now for like 36, 50
Yeah,
or
no,
something.
he's
Yeah, it's
soaring
not
over.
bad.
He's soaring.
Because he only needs 180.
I know.
Yeah.
He's soaring over a line that quarterbacks don't get.
Dude, I'm the season lines for some of these, like some of the best quarterbacks in the league, they're like damn near 5,000.
Yeah, they're high.
I would hate to
Mine
be.
was like that of a rookie.
Yeah,
He's
I
in
know.
his third year.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like Herbert, that shit's cooked. Like after one game of like 125 yards from Herbert, like, and you need 4,800, like that would suck to sweat that out.
Yeah.
Suck.
Yeah, same with Mahomes too. He needs 5,000. Like,
Yeah, we
geez.
shut his
Jeez,
ass.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's just ridiculous.
But we have another Sunday.
Yep.
I guess best bets. I'll start. I'm gonna go Jets money line
Okay.
in Denver. I just need it. You know, I marked this game on my calendar. I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets marked this game on their calendar. And then my prop is going to be Breece Hall rush yards. I think this is the game where he has literally close to 200 rush yards. It just feels like he's averaging, I think it was 9.1 rush yards per game or something, like an insane rush yards per game. And he has less carries or equal amount of carries to Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook is averaging 2 yards per game.
Yep.
So let that set in. I could get 2 yards a game or 2 yards a rush. But I think this is the game where Breece Hall just like puts his head down and gets like 15 carries and like literally just obliterates that Denver line, which could open up the Zach Wilson pass game, which is why I like the Jets. But those would be my best bets.
Okay. I love the Cowboys.
Okay.
Plus 3.5.
All right.
And I'm nuking the money line. Big game. This is a huge
Just
game.
don't be sad if he throws a pick. That's okay.
No, he's throwing a pick.
Okay.
He might throw 2.
That's the concern.
It's going to be their first time.
It's not 1, it's 2.
We've already
first
shot
time being down. And he hasn't thrown the ball in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The one time he was down, he threw a pick.
Yeah.
The one fucking time.
And you got lucky Sauce didn't pick that up.
Oh my
Yeah, that is
God,
true.
that shit was 6.
That was
6. Had it 6 written all over.
No, that was literally 6.
He's throwing a pick. Will he throw 2 is the question. That's what I'm worried about.
Okay.
But
I just love how you go big game.
this is such a huge game for Dak to like put all the chirps to the side and actually solidify himself as an elite quarterback, because he's still on the fringe. Is he elite or is he still old Dak? He's looked great this year so far, but this is like his first real test.
He's looked great doing this.
yeah.
Don't he?
He's looked great
Dude,
doing
he's been I'm like proud of him. He's
That's kind of smooth.
He's taken
Lauren can hand the rock off.
He's taken such good care of the ball this year, like, and it's so noticeable. And he's just so careful with it. But this is gonna be his first test, and he wins this game. All that bullshit about that Cardinals loss is swept under the rug.
How long has he been in the league?
Like 8 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know. And
It's been a good while.
Can we he's not elite. Like, I feel like if we're in year 8 being like, this is the game where we decide if you're not elite. It's been 8 years.
Dude, if he carves that defense, he's an elite
He
quarterback.
hasn't carved a defense in 8 years.
The thing with him, it's like people just bring up like playoff talk with him because it just seems like he just melts in the playoffs, but he'll do just fine during the regular season. So I don't know. It's a big game for him though. But for me, I had 2 games that really jumped out to me. One was Chiefs-Vikings. The Chiefs only being 4-point favorites to the Vikings.
Sketchy game.
I really want to take the Vikings, and I already hate myself for it. But the other one was Eagles-Rams. The Eagles being a 4.5-point favorite over the Rams. The Rams have been a covering machine. And I'm just not all in on this Eagles team. I'm not. I think they're kind of like a fluke 4-0 team. I'm sorry. But if I had to pick, I think I'm going to take the real gross one, Vikings.
Dude,
plus 4.
I'm trying to craft the surgical 6, and as of right now, those 2 favorites are in there. One of them's losing.
One of them's losing. I mean,
I feel like it's the Chiefs.
I do too. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Vikings at home. It's a 4-point spread. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Especially the Vikings being 1-3 right now.
Yeah.
It also seems like the Chiefs every year like drop games that they should have no chance of losing, and then the next week they'll play. Like, it seems like they last year they lost to the Colts. It's like they just like don't open the playbook because they don't want to show stuff that they don't have to.
Yeah, but I might be fading them at the wrong time because that Chiefs-Jets game, the Jets really had a chance to win that game. So am I like
The Chiefs just like aren't that good.
Yeah.
It's also like, who's in Vegas making these Chiefs signs? Like, you want 4?
Yeah, dude, another weird ass fucking line.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we talked about this. Like, the Chiefs are always a weird line. You'll never get them 3.5, 6.5. It's like 4, 5.
But they are known not to really cover too.
Ever.
Yeah, they're not big cover.
They
big
probably
covering
win
team.
by 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sweat.
I think they're going to lose outright.
I think they probably lose too. So sketchy.
The Minnesota secondary said they're going to talk shit to Travis Kelce about Taylor Swift.
Good for them. Hey, look at them.
I'm saying
So-
something.
You know me. You know
Something we
my,
said.
my surgical 6 usually has the same fucking usual suspects: the Ravens, the Chiefs,
Cowboys.
the Eagles, Cowboys,
Chargers.
Chargers.
I know it.
I think you literally just gave the 6. I think you were like giving the usual suspects, but that was
That was
actually the
last
6.
week's, and that's why I said last week's was like the most bookable trend ever, because it was just the same teams I always ride with. But I feel like this week I'm gonna have to venture off to
It's be tricky.
like Falcons Texans or Saints Patriots Titans, Colts, one of those sketchy ass fucking games. Any of those three, like, are the Texans legit, bro? CJ Stroud.
I mean,
People
he
are
has
so
looked
high.
better and better every
He's
week.
so
he
good.
really has.
Against the Falcons, though, at home, like, that game is so sketchy.
I will tell you though, for my prop, it's
Someone's
gonna be
gotta win.
Bijan receiving yards. I know I say Bijan every week, but it's because he's him and he's that offense.
I did not get a chance to travel to London, but watching the Toy Story highlights, even Bijan in cartoon mode
cooking.
looks silly.
Yeah, I guess.
I've never seen someone be that elusive, like genuinely that elusive with the ball in their hands.
Yeah, and be that big, like as big as he is, like he can juke here and then juke. Like I've just never seen someone just be able to bounce like he does. Like
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He bounced.
That one play on the right side where he
Yeah.
literally all of his body weight was going to the left,
Yeah,
and then a split second later, it's a first down on the right.
so dirty. Like he cut right here, boom. Yeah, it was just
Like that last cut.
Yeah.
You don't see players with that much weight be able to be like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
No, he's literally like 3x the player he was last year at Texas, and that's saying a lot because obviously he was a dog, but like he's really gotten that much better too.
Except when they played TCU and they ran him 4 times.
Yeah,
I will never get over that.
Me and Sark, we need to
I
talk
will
about that.
never get over that. He ran the ball 6 times.
But I will say our O line last year, they were pretty young. They didn't have that dog in them. They're vets now. If he had the line we have this year, it just wouldn't even be fair. Heisman.
Probably.
Heisman.
I would say that with that Texans game, either you watch a CJ Stroud masterclass or Bijan literally sucks your soul.
Or I'm just like, dude, what am I doing putting the Texans in the surgical? They've never made the surgical 6.
No shit, because they're never minus 300.
Man,
Not
like
juiced
not-
enough, duh.
Not
Man.
shocking.
no, there's a few teams that have yet to make their debut.
Let's see. Can you guess? I think
Okay.
we can know. I think it's the Texans.
Texans.
I think.
I've seen the Falcons in there.
Yeah.
The
Hold on.
Falcons have been in
Yeah,
there.
They've been in there. Colts, maybe. I haven't
Panthers
seen
have never been in
Panthers.
there.
Panthers.
There's no way the
Panthers have
Cardinals
never
have
been in there.
Cardinals have never been in there. Oh, maybe with Kyler.
No, Cardinals
Really?
were in it once last
Maybe
year.
with Kyler. Maybe with
The
Kyler.
Raiders, maybe?
Panthers have never been in it.
Raiders.
Raiders were in it
Yeah.
last 2 weeks ago. Jets have made it like once.
Have you ever put the Commanders in there?
Once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really think it's just the Panthers and
Texans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Saints have squeaked in there. Falcons just squeaked in there. Steelers have squeaked in there. Yeah, really, that's it.
I'll tell you what. You fade
Okay.
the Giants because they're junk. The wheels are off.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with that Saints-Patriots game. I think you can hang your hat on the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think you can hang your hat on the Lions.
Yep. Those are already in there.
This week it's gonna be 100 to pay 350. He's just going super juice.
The surgical never makes it to London, so we can't take Bills,
I think you could take the Texans at plus chicken.
dude.
I think you could take the Colts
think
at
you could
plus
too.
chicken.
So I'll tell you the framework I've got. It's Cowboys,
100 plays 350.
Cowboys, Dolphins, Lions. Those are the first 3 that are for sure in there.
Okay.
Probably the Ravens too, because fuck the Steelers.
Okay.
So that's 4, and that's plus 500. So I need 2.
You know you're putting the Cowboys in.
Yeah, those are already in there.
I'll tell you, I don't mind you taking the Texans.
Yeah,
Because the Falcons, I mean, they can't throw.
CJ Stroud.
They cannot throw. If it's not Bijan running with 150 yards with 50 receiving, they don't do anything. So
I could also totally see, like, in the graphic of the surgical, CJ Stroud in the end zone with Tank Dell doing their dance.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Texans money line.
I've never had to search for Texans footage. Dude, some of these NFL teams have the most botted social teams.
it's just gonna be
Botted.
old school Deshaun Watson on the Texans. That's all you're gonna be able to
It's gonna
find.
be Deshaun Watson. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, like what players am I even looking up?
Tank Dell and CJ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
that's
literally
Nico.
it. I actually like our best bets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel like
mind
we
it.
kind of got in our bags.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're in our bag.
I also feel like, just really quickly, that Cowboys-Niners game decides if the Cowboys are a legitimate Super Bowl contender, and on the other side of the coin, it decides how strong the Niners really are.
Yeah.
I
it's
think
gonna be
you
a
see
good game.
one or the other is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's either, holy shit, this Niners team is unconscious, or Cowboys might win it all
Yeah.
if they can beat a really good Niners.
I'm gonna need the Cowboys to lock McCaffrey the fuck up for that bet and for my matchup against Chetty.
If there's a defense that can, I do think it could be
Yeah.
the Cowboys. I really do.
So I got Shetty on a good week.
Shetty on a good week.
Yeah.
Like you have everyone else. Somehow.
If I squeak out a 5-0 with this shit team I've got,
I'm not gonna lie, shit teams. Chelly might go 0 and like.
dude, he might not win a game.
Dude, he's like averaging like 70.
I
was like,
he needs to come home so we can chirp him.
I just beat the dog shit out of
Yeah.
his team.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even close.
Your team's on the come up.
Like it wasn't even close. His
No,
team is.
that's what's
junk.
annoying for like I'm top 3 in points, but I'm 2-2, and I'm like we just shit the bed when
Yeah.
it comes to like big matchups like you. I'm like we could have beat you, but freaking Madison had 25 fantasy points, and was it Jerome Ford?
Yeah.
Had like 20.
Yeah.
Could have beat me too. I had you right where I wanted you. Tired in the car, forgetting how to set the lineup.
Yeah, Mikey, week 1, I didn't have a tight end, and then there was another spot I didn't fill because I just didn't know how to play.
We take that
fantasy.
where we can get them.
Yeah,
And
and
I
you beat
didn't
me by
realize
you
till
beat me
the-
by like 8.
Yeah,
I was
I know.
like, dude.
I would have lost for sure. For sure. Had it right where I wanted it.
God, I love fantasy football.
No, fantasy football is. I mean,
Yeah, I
it
bitch about
doesn't-
it a lot, but it's a good time.
It's
It's
fun.
a good time.
It's so much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Especially when you got like a guy that like I had Debo Samuel this weekend, like watching him do nothing. And you're like, dude, fucking, why do they pay him?
Yeah.
Why the fuck you paying Debo Samuel? He doesn't do shit. Even though he
Yeah.
had like 30 the week before.
Just don't lose to Lisa Ann.
I have to beat Lisa.
I have to
Her
be here.
team,
It might be junk.
It could be
we
James.
need, like people need to start talking
We
about
could
it.
have that conversation that her and Steph might have.
Yeah,
junk teams.
yeah. Steph, she
Junk.
put up barely 100.
Yeah, Steph's team
Smoked
might
her.
be. Steph and Shelly might be the toilet bowl.
Yeah. I got Shelly next week. Yeah.
Dude.
Dude, if you
Dude,
look
so-
at his roster, it
So we're looking at 6.
Yeah, no, I have to
We're looking
beat
at
now
Shelly.
you're look ahead gaming.
We're looking at
That's
game.
crazy.
I have freaking crabs, and those contrarian. That doesn't work in fantasy,
No,
baby.
no.
It doesn't work at all.
It does.
No,
At all.
It may never work.
In fantasy, you got to pick the best.
He
guy.
did win last year though.
he did win. He did win.
He's like 0-3. He's 0-3 this year.
In what league?
And in our league last year,
Junk
It
league.
it was a 10-team league. It wasn't a 12-team. It was a 10-team league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
we're
the big
fucking-
dogs this year.
I
We got the
I
big
lost
dogs.
to him last year.
We're tooth and nailing in a 12 team.
You're just lucky I'm not in there. I would be smoking all your asses.
The Bijan.
What was your record last? No.
Every time I read that, I go,
I know.
B. Jones.
the Bijan.
Gotta put some
People may find they like the Bijans. I was like, stop.
No, I like the
Stop
name.
it.
Stop it.
Bijans.
Speaking of Johns in Philly, the 76ers are falling apart. Just quick jump to the NBA.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard is now on the Bucks. Drew Holiday's now on the Celtics. You'd think the Bucks would be the favorite. The minute the Celtics got the favorite, they're now the favorite to win the championship. I'm not a big NBA guy. I don't think any of us are really big NBA people.
I'm a
No.
big NBA guy.
But I do think it's going to be really exciting to watch the NBA until we get to about week 3 and nobody is trying. So
Correct.
off season is exciting. I think they gave up too much for Drew Holiday. I don't know if you saw that trade.
I did.
Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams, and 2 first-round picks for Drew Holiday feels absurd.
That was a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Like, you have no depth.
Yeah, they're just trying to go for a championship.
They
That's
need
all
it
that, yeah.
bad. They need it
Bad. And then the Bucks got Damian Lillard, which I think could be either unstoppable or the wheels might come off.
Dude, I know you're a massive Jordan Poole guy.
I already locked it in.
Dude.
I already know what you're talking about, and
I-
I locked in a 2-piece for $1,000 last night.
So last 2 years, I've like literally refused to bet Jordan Poole
This
props
is absurd, but
because, dude, it's just like how did he fit in on that Warriors team? You know, like I didn't want to take a guys over points.
Championship.
I don't want to take a guys over points off the bench ever. That shit sucked. But I feel like he's about to bust.
I've been on him since he was a rookie.
I feel like he's gonna bust this year.
He's gonna average 30 points. I
Yeah.
promise.
He could.
I
I mean, look at like what they let Kyle Kuzma do last year.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
was chucking, and you think they're not going to let Jordan Poole chuck when Kyle
he's
he's
chucking.
like about 10 times the score of.
Dude,
Kyle
I've
Kuzma.
been on this kid since he was at Michigan, and I've been him since he was a rookie on the Warriors. You took a one of the purest shooters, probably, I would say, I might be biased, but probably ever in college basketball, and you watch his stroke at Michigan. The game winner he hit in his last game in March Madness was fucking literally absurd from half court. You gave him 4 years under Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He's been to a finals. He's beat the best teams. He's dropped 30 on the best teams. Now he's a centerpiece on a Warriors team that really has nobody. And you're going to go, hey, Jordan, let's take the cuffs off a little bit.
Yep.
And let's go crazy. I put $1,000 on his more than points per game And LaMelo Ball is more than points per game.
What's his line at?
Wow.
Jordan,
Yeah.
24.4. And LaMelo Ball is 23.7. And I put a rack on that already because Jordan Poole is going to soar.
I like that a lot.
Soar.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think Jordan Poole might make it go well.
Soar.
You
It's
know
just
who's
like-
fade worthy? Oh, Victor.
Fuck on
Victor. I don't know, guys. I could be completely wrong, but when I watch him play, I'm like, nah, this just
Yeah.
isn't gonna fly.
Dude, I need that clipped. Victor. You know who's fade worthy? Victor. Old Victor.
Oh, Victor.
He's just, who were we just talking about rookies that like reek of fading?
Bedard.
Bedard and
Oh, yeah,
Victor.
Bedard.
Like, Victor's a totally different situation.
Yeah.
But like I would fade Victor.
Yeah. That
I
might.
think you talked about it, right? Like you were kind of thinking about it.
Yeah. Fading Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I want to. What the fuck going on, Wembanyama? That video geeks me out.
But I think it's gonna be an exciting like playoff push, championship run. They're already asking Kawhi Leonard about the new rule they make where you can't rest guys. I really don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference. The rule is like if you've been an All NBA in the past year, you can't sit back-to-back games, something like that, if you're not hurt.
I like that a
Neither-
lot. That's good they're doing that.
And like I don't think Kawhi Leonard was an All NBA player, so I don't even think the rule applies to him.
Really?
I'm
No, I
saying.
don't. He barely played last year, so I don't
Yeah,
think he was
true.
All NBA.
True.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. You think
Sure.
about the All NBA, I think it's 15 guys, 20 guys, maybe 15 guys. Like that's compared to the end, that's like nothing. Like you could rest a fucking Kristaps Porzingis, like shit like
Yeah.
that. But I think it's going to be a crazy playoff championship run. We're kind of getting a little bit of that right now in baseball. It just kicked off yesterday. I haven't bet baseball since football started. I have no idea what's going on. I would love to hear your guys' takes on like what you think about this World Series
Yeah,
run.
I would say as a casual bettor that doesn't really fuck with baseball that much, you should tune into MLB after the wild card
Yeah.
is finished.
Mm-hmm.
But as a huge baseball fan, I fucking love all playoff baseball. I full faded day one, took the Rays and Jays,
Appreciate you both.
and that shit did not hit.
The Blu-rays.
The Blu-ray on DVD.
The Blu-rays.
Yeah, the name parlays work well.
They do.
And
They
we're,
pay.
we running it back. So by the time you see this, I'm either in moose shit or I got my lick back. But the Jays are so fraudulent; they're probably losing. And the Rangers, honestly,
Don't you do it.
I'm not gonna bet on I'm not betting on them. I've already got my bet slip on the Rays, who had 19,000 people at their fucking game, which is so disrespectful. Like, what are we doing?
I don't want to see 5 errors in a game.
Why are
Like a
we
r-
scheduling
record.
playoff games midday when
Yeah.
we spent the entire season begging for daytime baseball? Like so
Yeah.
many times. Makes zero sense to me. But I'm just waiting for the Doyers to get on, man. They don't play until like next week.
So you believe in them all the way this
yeah.
year.
No, I'm nuking them.
Okay. I'm just saying, watch out for the Rangers. If they can find their offense they had earlier this summer, they're a really dangerous team. And if they can just get their bullpen together, just the freaking bullpen that ruins us. We'll have a lead, like we'll have like a 6-1 lead going into the 8th, and then it's just gone.
Yeah.
Just bullpen. But
Looked
they're a
good
team.
yesterday.
Yeah, they looked really good yesterday. Roldis was dialed.
Yeah.
He was dialed.
But yeah, it's like game 2 now of the wild card, so we'll figure out which teams are moving on within the next 2 days.
Yep.
Like, where are you guys at in terms of how to bet playoff baseball?
It's so tough.
prop
dude.
wise, game wise. Who do you guys think is actually going to win it all? I get roped into doing the book it graphic. I had the Padres to win because I thought that offensive lineup was cracked out. They didn't even make the playoffs, and I switched over to the Orioles because I feel like Baltimore has been waiting for a playoff
Love that.
team. So I just picked them, but I have no idea if they're actually good. I haven't watched
Very
any
good.
baseball. But like, where are you guys at in terms of how should you look at betting playoff baseball? Who do you actually think has a legitimate chance to win it all? Like, walk me through that. Not that I'm gonna do it. I'm not betting baseball. I just can't. I'll
No.
watch it,
Yeah.
but I can't do it.
I would say it's better probably to bet on a series than individual games because you'll find yourself just pulling your hair out trying to pick teams to win games rather than series.
Yeah.
So you don't lose your ass, going down 3-0 in a series and you bet the money line minus 160 every fucking time. So just take the series price, probably the best way to go about it. in my opinion, and take a couple futures, but starting game 1 of the wild card, going all the way to game 7 of the World Series, that's a fucking toll. That'll put a toll on your account. Toll.
No, people forget this is how you became the fade god. Was playoff
is.
baseball.
People do.
I don't know if you want to listen to this advice.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to give my best advice, but I'm the reason you know who I am is because I fucking suck at this shit.
So what you're gonna want to do? Stay away from the series price.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to
Nuke all the
Individual games.
Nuke them all. Lay the juice. No. Laying juice in the MLB playoffs is, I mean, I did it yesterday and I felt like a fucking bozo.
Well, you should have knew the Rangers were going to win. Come on now. Who do you have in the World Series, though? Obviously, Dodgers. Who do you see them playing?
Dodgers, one of the Texas teams.
Oh.
Yeah. I would love to see Corey Seager go up against his former team.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I'd have to go to a game.
Yeah.
At that point, I would go to a game.
We would be going to the game.
100%.
For sure.
But I really like the Orioles. They really are that good. A lot of people doubted their pitching all year, but they just find a way to win. They just have that juice this year. So I really like that pick from you.
Is that Kyle Gibson?
Yeah.
Bang.
He's on there. He's on there.
I like that.
I do like that.
How are you looking at props? So you've been shitting gobs.
Yeah, so I personally, I don't like betting sides baseball totals. I stay away from that. It's all props. But obviously my whole thing is just MLB live strikeouts. I just think you just have such an edge betting on those early strikeout props. And I tell people, like, pitchers are normally going to get their strikeouts in the first 3 or so innings because that's the first time that batter's seen them that day. So I've just been absolutely raking in on that.
Yeah.
Fresh arm.
I threw this prize picks entry yesterday, and they had combo squares up for home runs, and there was like 3 guys in each combo square. And I took less than on all 9 dudes to not hit a home run. 9 gentlemen, and not a single one hit a home run.
Did all the Nerfies hit?
No. Nerfies did not hit. It went 2 and 2.
That was so smart, though. Like, anytime they do those kind of, like, categories,
Yeah.
just fade it.
Yeah.
Just fade it.
Just fade that shit.
Yeah.
Is that the move?
I don't even think they're going to let us do it again,
Yeah, I don't
to
know.
be honest, after yesterday. I mean, you'd think
You nuked it, too.
you would think one of those guys would go yard. No.
Yeah.
It's also insane you've been doing a no home run night all year with just 4 guys.
Yeah.
And I think you maybe hit it 6 times,
Yeah.
but you hit one with 9 guys in it. Like, what, dude?
Because Prize Picks knows what they're doing when they're picking those guys. They're like, nah,
Yeah.
they
Seager-
do the big name, though. He
Seager-
almost
yeah,
had one.
Yeah, Seager
I'm not
should've
going to lie to you.
fucked
I did take the more than on that square because I was like,
I
of
don't
course,
blame
going
you.
hard. And it literally was
it.
like
I know.
that far
I
away from the
know.
wall.
It was 109. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
How does the wild card even work? You have to win 2 games?
Yeah, it's
Yep,
best
2
of
out of
3.
3.
Oh, so like the teams that won yesterday are obviously in a really good spot today.
The
Yeah.
Rangers.
You could drop or win.
Yeah.
We could finish it today and move on.
And if the Rangers squeak in,
Play the Orioles.
oh,
We play the Orioles.
that's a
And
tough spot for you.
It's so tough for me because, like, if you don't know, the Orioles are my mistress team. I love Adley Rutschman. That team is just, I think they're America's team. They're just super young. They're fun to watch. So if we do move on, hopefully we do move on. It's going to be tough for me. But obviously I'm going to be pulling for the Rangers.
I think you don't have a loser there, though.
I don't.
Because then you can
Either way,
ride the
it's like
Orioles
cool.
or-
But yeah, I would like to, for Texas, like, I'd really like to see them advance. It's been a long drought.
Yeah.
There's really only one Texas team I wouldn't want to see go far in playoffs, and it's the Stars. Not that we need to talk about it, but it's like
Stop
the
it.
only Texas team
Stop
I'd be
it.
okay with. Like, nah.
And the Astros. Just go ahead and slip them in there.
Yeah,
we don't like
the
Houston
Astros.
teams.
Well, I think Dallas.
Yeah.
I consider the Rangers Dallas.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though they're fucking. Is that Arlington?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's Cowboys too, Arlington.
Yeah, Cowboys are also in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think, not a big playoff baseball guy. I think it'll be exciting. The only memory I have of playoff baseball was I was a freshman in college when the Cubs were in the World Series with Aroldis Chapman.
Yep.
I watched that game. Whether that was game 7 or 6, I don't remember.
That was an insane game.
He
Yeah.
pitched in like every game it was probably game 7.
Yeah.
That was like the crazy.
It was the last game. The Cubs
game
won the
7.
World Series.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was game
yeah,
7.
alright.
Yeah, 'cause
What-
we were down
And now we
3-1,
have 'em.
came back.
Josh, what were you doing that night?
Yeah.
I was in my buddy's basement. We were all just like, I actually started crying when Raji Davis hit
Aw.
that home run, like to tie the game up.
Yeah.
I was like, this bum against Aroldis Chapman just
Yeah.
tied this game up, and then we all know what happened in extras. It was
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah, that game
Wow.
I was drinking Natty Ices with Domino's Pizza in my dorm room. With
It's a good place
my
to be.
buddies.
It's a
I
good
don't know
place
why
to
that's
be.
such a core memory.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, Aroldis Chapman throws really fast. And everyone was like, yeah. He's to call him like the Cuban Missile, and I was like, it's sick, man. I hope the Cubs win. Had no idea the Cubs hadn't won a World Series in like years.
Like
Decades.
Like pretty much ever. Like it was like 108 years.
It's
it
been a
like,
while.
It wasn't even real.
A little while.
All right, so should we play our new game?
Let's do it.
All right, we have a new game. I don't know how to describe it. It's like The Price is Right, but Craigslist.
Yeah, you guys just got to guess the price of these like random weird items on
Yeah.
Craigslist. And so you guys all get to guess for each one, and then
Okay.
closest to gets a point.
Love it.
You can go over or under.
Interesting.
Do we go one by one, or do we like
go one by
yell
one.
it?
We'll go one by
Okay,
one.
All right.
Now, I do
We'll
have
just
a
switch
qu-
up the formation.
So are you just gonna describe it, or I wish we could see it,
There's like I can show you guys it if you guys.
and then we can like edit it into the pod so they can
yeah,
see
yeah.
it.
I got all the
Okay.
screenshots.
All right.
All right, so the first item is a beaded curtain made from discarded Bic lighters.
I feel like you hit the goth crowd heavy on this. They get really into it. Oh, see, that's something where I
Oh.
feel like you could get a stoner.
Oh
pay
my
way
goodness.
too
for
much.
sure. It's like a
Oh, yeah.
rainbow too.
That's pretty sick.
That's bid worthy. You just put that up for a bid and let them have fun. Okay.
Gotta
And
buy
you
it
have to
now
guess
price.
the top bid right now, or the.
No, there's a buy it now price.
Okay.
All
on
right, so we got a
Craigslist.
Bic lighter curtain. I'm gonna go. $1,200.
Okay, to Trent.
That's an insane guess. I just want to let you know.
Is that way too
was
high?
wild.
Is that way too high?
I was gonna say $150.
Yeah, hold on,
Okay.
hold on.
Am I way too high on
I
that?
think you. Yeah. I'm gonna go. Hold on. Let me think.
I just don't
I'm
know
sorry.
Craigslist like that.
Dude, it's a fucking curtain.
Dude, you said sodium yesterday.
I'm gonna go.
I don't even want to hear.
I'm gonna go
from
sharp number 163.
163. It is $1,500.
Shut up! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Real quick,
sorry,
Trent,
right hand up.
you forget yesterday. I told Mikey this earlier that you guys already had that question on the last episode and you still got it wrong.
And you said salt was the hardest mineral.
What was? Did he say?
I said obsidian.
No. What was the? No. You just guessed the.
He said
exact amount.
1,200. It was 1,500.
Wow.
I gotta shake your hand on that. I gotta shake your hand on that.
Thought process
Wow.
was you get that goth stoner crowd, they're gonna bid that up.
Dude, that is insane.
Yeah, it's absurd.
I was thinking around 200.
I also don't know if
These
anyone
are-
else
this is-
noticed.
This is also Craigslist. So these people are a certain type if they're throwing that up on Craigslist. Like
Um,
that's something you just like sell at like a
Yeah.
craft show or something.
They just had like leftover Bic lighters and they were like, you know what? Curtain.
Was there a white Bic on that curtain?
No shot.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
There's no.
There is a white one in the top left.
That
It's
would have
the
drove
first
the
one.
price down for
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bad
That's
luck.
crazy.
White lighters are bad luck.
We move.
All right. Next one is a limited edition Mario milk. It's just a jug of milk that's March 10th and it says Mario on it.
You got some basement dwellers that would want to
Mario.
put their birds in that.
Damn.
Mario milk,
$5K.
dude.
I'm not saying anything.
Do you know how many
Yeah, I'm not saying
diehard Super Mario fans there are? That on a fucking rack they have a Mario milk that other Mario fans would be like, you got the milk.
Yeah, you got the fucking milk.
You got the milk.
I might have
Right.
went
That's
too
it.
low. Wait, what?
That's the.
It's just March 10th. So it
No,
says
you did
Mario
not
on it.
describe that correctly.
I just
Okay.
said it. The expiration's March 10th.
Okay.
So
But
it
you
says
made me
Mario.
think
gotta
that
redo.
Mario was on the fucking
No,
milk.
no.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, you
You
gotta
can't
redo.
just say Mario
Still,
milk
Yeah,
because it's
no.
March
I
10th.
did say it after.
I thought
said
it was
March 10th.
like fucking Mario.
All right,
Okay.
$800.
Okay.
$5K was absurd.
I'll say 1,000.
Dang. Well, I'm going low again. Sorry. 350.
Lauren's correct. Well, not correct, but closest to is $50.
The fuck am I thinking? A jug of milk, $1,000.
No, 350 is even wild. That's even
$1,000
wild.
a jug of milk.
All right, we'll take it. One.
This
What did I
last one-
say?
You said 5 racks.
You said
That would-
800.
Okay,
you
but I
switched
thought
to
it was like
800.
Mario branded.
You switched to 800. But
Okay, yeah.
still.
800 still.
Okay.
Fucking milk.
Okay. This one's funny. It's a Salvation Army bucket. It says, turn this blank investment, the blank's the number, into almost an unlimited amount of money during the holidays.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see that. What's up?
You know the
That made
Salvation
no
Army?
sense.
Yes.
Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the people like outside grocery stores, like
Oh, so
asking for
you
money.
buy it
You
to
buy it,
basically like
yes.
pretend to be Salvation
Yeah,
Army.
exactly.
So fucked up.
It's messed up. You can't trust anyone.
I'm gonna go to. Or no, you're out.
2,800. I feel like this could be people getting in the lab being like, I can make money off this, and like Craigslist people can't be smart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
500.
I'm gonna go 300.
Lauren gets it again. It was $100.
Wow.
We gotta go low. We gotta go low.
I mean, that curtain really threw me off.
Dude, the curtain, I'm so out.
2 points.
$2,000.
And that wraps it up too. We got there was 3 points total for all you guys, and Lauren wins.
Lauren just dominated us.
What's that dance they've been doing?
Yeah, wasn't even close.
Do you know where that came from?
No
That's the
idea.
hardest dance.
I have
Xavier
no
Worthy's
idea.
been doing it. I'm like, ew.
But CJ did it at Ohio State,
Oh, did he?
so it's been around. But I don't know why.
I've only
it's
noticed it
now
this year, and I'm like,
mainstream.
that is hard.
I think it's him and Tank Dell did it.
Even Jackson Dart did. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
that.
what?
I was like, dude, this is hard.
That was crazy.
Let's do one more fun one.
You want to do another one?
Yeah, a little fun one.
Give us one more.
All right. Let's do.
Yeah, that lie really did throw me off, though.
Threw me off, man.
1,500.
This one's good. All right. So, you know, like how there's like the Yankee sats with no brim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there's 3 separate pieces. There's a Yankee with no brim, brim with no Yankee, and no Yankee and no brim.
So just a beanie.
A yarmulke.
No, there's literally nothing. It's like a picture of a floor. The no Yankee, no brim is nothing.
This seems like a meme that would be very
Right.
expensive.
Well, so they all have different prices.
Can we pick one to guess?
Yeah,
like
let's do
the no brim, maybe.
Let's do the Yankee with no brim.
Okay.
I feel like that's a street commodity.
I
Like if
need
you got
that.
the Yankee no brim, people are like, dude, he's got the Yankee no brim.
Dude, I,
Just like,
The brim no Yankee.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like wearing like a headband?
I want that. Dude, someone get that. How much is it, dude? I want
I
it.
feel like it's gonna be very expensive because the people in the streets want it. I'm gonna go 2 racks. I feel like Yankee no brim, dude.
you love
Yankee
racks.
no brim.
No, that shit's like,
I paid $2,000 for the Yankee no brim.
that shit's $100.
No.
That's a good guess. I'm gonna go 150.
Trent gets it. It was 31. I think it was 31.90.
Can I see a photo of the Yankee
That's
no
good.
brim?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking
Dude, you're gonna look at
idiot.
this and be like, a rack,
I said 2.
2
You
racks.
literally cut it yourself.
This website stinks. It's
No.
like reloading.
Literally
But
no.
here, I'll get it real quick.
I
You
need.
wear that, you need to get arrested.
You need the Yankee no brim.
I do need it.
Here we go. That's the Yankee no brim. The brim no Yankee, and then the last picture is no Yankee no brim.
Wait, the brim no
$100
Yankee
is
is
so
just
stupid when I
a
think about it.
visor with no
Yeah, it's just a brim.
I should have gone 30.
69 cents for the brim
It
no
should be
Yankee.
just a normal hat price.
sense for the brim no
And
Yankee.
it's $29 for the no Yankee no brim.
And it's just empty.
There's nothing.
Just a hole.
Spent $30 for nothing. Wow, dude.
absurd.
The Yankee no
Anyone
brim.
these
We
days?
might need to get a Yankee no brim.
Yeah.
Maybe get like a TCU no brim, Texas no brim, Providence no brim.
Dude, I don't even.
Providence, no brim.
Providence doesn't even make hats, bro. We don't have enough people to make merch.
You just wear hoods.
Yeah, it's just a fucking just a priest outfit. All right. Well, that's been another episode of the We'll Be Seeing Pod. We will in fact be seeing next week. I think Shelly will be back
Yeah,
eventually.
Hopefully, dude.
one of these days.
Oh, fuck, he's been.
Worried about him.
But we will in fact.
You see it?
We'll be seeing it as always Texas.